guys, Luxker here. Welcome to Xeno News, now a bi-yearly news series where a few guests and I talk about stories related to Xenogears, Xenosaga, and the Xenoblade games. And yes, I am officially changing up the format for Xeno News this time. Every 6 months starting this month, I will bring on new guests where we talk about each of the 3 series in separate videos. I hope you enjoy this format, as this is something new that I wanted to try to tackle to bring out more news for each series you are interested in. This episode will be talking about Xenogears news from the past year in 2025. I am joined by Timeless to discuss all the news that happened. So, take it away! Timeless, welcome back to Xeno News. How have you been doing, man?
I've been doing great. Everything's been good, and I think
Everything's been hunky-dory.
yeah.
Yeah, thanks for joining in with me. We got some Xenogears news to cover. There's not really a whole lot to really talk about. I was kind of like scraping by the barrel just to find like any kind of like Xenogears news that's worth talking about. But there's some things that I definitely do want to talk about regarding like any kind like the figures, as well as something that happened with the preservation purposes regarding Xenogears, as well as like a mod that is currently still in development that I want to go ahead and highlight, along with any other miscellaneous things as well. So let's go ahead and get started. Hey guys, Post-Luxker here. So really quick, I want to go ahead and put up a spoiler thing real quick, because pretty much the first half of this video is basically going to be talking about spoiler-related stuff for Xenogears, especially stuff that happens in Disc 2 of Xenogears, and I don't really want anybody who hasn't really finished Xenogears to watch this and get spoiled by stuff that they haven't seen yet. But the only thing that I can think of that is non-spoilerly is the mod stuff for Xenogears that I talked about earlier, which I will discuss this later on in the video. So I will have a timestamp on the screen for where you can skip to avoid most of the spoilerly stuff in this video. Alright, back to the video. So Square Enix revealed a new Bring Arts figure of the Xenogears gear right here. We don't really have a release date or like any kind of more information regarding this, but I have to say, like, I'm not too big into like gear Bring Arts figures at all, but I will say this looks really good, honestly. Like, the colors really stand out. I don't know if this is gonna look like exactly like this when it releases, but I want to say this looks pretty decent in general. Like, definitely, I don't know if I would want this black stand or anything like that. Probably something like much more like with the Xenogears color or anything, like maybe just having like a white stand instead of a black stand would, I feel like, be much more fitting for what Xenogears is. So the actual gear itself. So what are your thoughts on this, Timeless? Do you think this is like anything like worth do you think this is even worth the money at all?
Bring Arts has shown consistently. Their figures are quite looks over quality. With the Weltall-Id as an example, the previous gear release, there have been consistent quality issues and a few issues when it comes to the visual images shown from the promotional images and everything, to the physical product, with some parts being not the way they've been shown. But this Xenogears release looks beautiful, and it's just gonna be an amazing display with the Weltall and the Weltall-Id figures.
Yeah.
I'm very happy with the release. A little partially annoyed because I prefer to keep this mech as a secret for fans to find out about, but at some point it's too old and it's good enough to get merchandise of this mech. And yes, and it's gonna be great for some people who may not be willing to drop that much money on structure arts and build and paint all that, to get an option for a figure instead.
Yeah, we'll be getting to talk about structure arts figures later, but I'll be perfectly honest, like, I honestly did not expect Square Enix to release this figure in general. Like, Because obviously it's supposed to be a spoiler, you know, like at the very, like in disc 2 and stuff, like no one's really supposed to know about this, unless if you come across it in the world of Final Fantasy, but we don't really talk about that game all that much, or anybody that I know of that has played the post game, so, but yeah, just a really cool figure that they shown off, just probably, like, the only, like, Xenogears thing that is officially, like, acknowledged by, Square Enix, but we're not quite done yet here. We're going to be talking about the Structure Arts figures next that released this year. Now, I actually didn't know that there was like more volumes of Structure Arts figures that is going to be releasing this year, and this version comes in like with 3 gears. One is Weltall-Id, and then the next one is Styre, which is Rico's gear. And then Weltall 2, which is the gear that you get in Disc 2 after Tora, like, does his thing with it and just makes it very powerful, and you can get into System Id and stuff. I honestly think that, like, I've already said my opinion on Structure Arts figures before, but, like, why do you even have to paint this stuff? Like, why does it just come with it? Like, come all white? Like, it's kind of just makes it a lot more difficult to build and stuff like that. And the fact that it releases in the US in December is kind of, like, out of the question. Like, I don't know if anybody's going to be, like, purchasing this or anything like that, unless they're, like, diehard, like, Styre fans or anything. Is there any, like, Styre fans in my, any, like, subscribers in my, YouTube channel? Like, pretty much non-existent. Although, like, if you are, like, a big Weltall fan and you want Weltall 2, then here you go. So, I mean, the promotional pictures of it kind of look great. I have another website right here that shows them off a little bit better, and it even comes with some videos. But yeah, but Timeless, you have a story to talk about regarding the Structure Arts figures. Do you want to go talk about them while I scroll through these pictures real quick?
Builds model kits, loves model kits, loves figures. Structure Arts is great from the aspect that's 144th scale, which would better fit with other smaller sized model kits such as Gundam's high grade line and all these other 144th scale model kits, so you can have a consistent scaling. But unlike, as an example, high grade Gundams, they come at a much higher price in bundles, unpainted, and overall very low quality. As an example, the previous Renmazo that released, I had built that, and in comparison to, as an example, a 2008 model kit, I've noticed several flaws, such as just very fragile parts and very original old engineering that has not even been up to date with modern or even decade-old standards. But overall, it's a disappointment to be paying this much for an unpainted model kit. But to some people, they might find it decent enough just to have a model kit. But nevertheless, the price may not be good. Some people might be happy painting them and getting their own model kits, but end of the day, to each their own.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of stories about these specific model kits in general, and like I've come across them as the same way. They're just not very great, and like it's just like Square Enix being like incredibly cheap with these figures, especially the Xenogears figures. Like, they should be a lot more high quality, in my opinion. I know that they haven't like been extremely popular or really well seen just in general, and it's probably due why. Like, the Structure Arts figures, like, it's probably better and more wiser for Square Enix to just discontinue them and make more Bring Arts figures instead of just like making more just to make it a lot more expensive for like the fans to even buy in general. And like I said before, I kind of neglected me talking about like the new volume of Structure Arts figures that released this year, and it is pretty good. This right here is a pretty good reason why. So
personally, I would prefer if Square Enix would finally come to terms with the fact that they are better in
No
video game
kidding, man.
development rather than product development, as other companies have, and although I may not have the best relationship with Bandai, I do believe will they will modernize the merchandise in several ways. Maybe even hopefully doing a Xenosaga Xenogears collab.
Yeah, but yeah, that's it for the structure arts figures. But there's also one more Xenogears figure that released this year, and that is the Formism Weltall figure. And I believe you have that with you right now, right? You already built it, Timeless?
Yeah, it's a pre-built figure, and it does have some die-cast parts. And Square Enix did this whole hubbub about this being like a huge like new step into the future with this large-scale die-cast parts, metal parts, just in a figure. Uh, with the end conclusion being a very half-baked, a figure that had a lot of potential, but like lost it all in physicality because there were several big names working on it. But at the end of the day, the figure arrived. Like, I currently have it with me. I posed it a bit. I had a little bit of fun with it. But I put it back in the box because it was too big, too clunky. The hands were very lacking. Like, it lacked articulation in several areas. It felt a bit too overwhelming with moving parts where it didn't even matter. And it was a bit too heavy, leading to even the stand not being able to hold up the figure itself. I've seen images of people as they advertise it being floating up in the air with the Weltall-Id esque wings and everything, and I have seen genuine images of the stand being so weak that it's flopping at a 45-degree angle.
Man. That
It's
sucks.
that bad.
I hate when figures do that. They just lean like in a weird angle, and it's always due to gravity. So it just
Yeah.
feels like that stuff needs to be tested more, especially the Formism figures. So
It's
that's
a
a
$400
huge shame.
figure. So $400 figure, it's almost $400 figure. It's just very not worth the price. It is the best
Huge
Weltall out
shame.
there. It's yeah. I was hoping for the best. I had low expectations and high expectations simultaneously. I expected it to be bad, but I was hoping it was good. End of the day, yeah, no, that was a very bad figure in my opinion. The best of the Xenogears figures, best Square Enix figure probably, but it's very not worth the price. I would have much rather that production cost go into either porting the game or maybe making a Ceton figure instead of Choo Choo. But yeah.
I mean, here's hoping for a Shitan figure in 2026 in my eyes, and I think that would be pretty cool. As well as like maybe like we need like we need what, Billy, we need like Rico.
Lily,
Are those like the only
Lily,
two left?
Emeralda.
Emeralda, yeah. Well, how can I forget about
And-
Emeralda? One of my favorite Xenogears
and-
characters also needs a Bring Arts figure, so
We need Id, Graf, Myung, Krelian. They've also announced a Vierge figure simultaneously with the Weltall. No news about that since 2018. It's
Yeah.
probably it's probably over there with the Xenogears source code just gathering dust. Yeah.
Yeah, the ideas haven't been put out there, but here's hoping that Shitan and Emeralda will come up in 2026, because I definitely want to get those, so just as for display
me
purposes,
Kim.
so.
Give me Kim.
Yeah, everybody wants Kim. Alright, we are done talking about figures now, so let's go ahead and talk about something that actually was recently discovered. Well, not really discovered, but shown off for the first time. And that's because the Video Game History Foundation released like a whole bunch of like promo and press material from like the late 90s to early 2000s. And with it, they discovered a few promo discs for Xenogears content. So, and from that, we get like really high quality images of the Xenogears characters. I'll have a post them on screen for you guys, but we now have like half body images of id, as well as like half body images of like the characters emoting, like Ellie here, as well as like I believe there was like Groff as well, I saw at one point. But yeah, it's like we haven't like seen these high quality images before of the Xenogears characters, and they all look so great. And having like the characters like half bodies finally be revealed for the first time in like over 20 years, it's something to behold. And like I know a bunch of Xenogears fans were talking about it and stuff, and yeah, I can't like say enough good about this. There's even like pre-release screenshots. Well, not like beta screenshots, but like pre-release promotional material for Xenogears as well. All these are like in very high quality and stuff. Just really cool stuff in general. But yeah, we even got like a high definition logo of the Xenogears logo. I definitely downloaded that, and I'll definitely be using it for my videos as well, if you haven't seen them yet. So, but yeah, overall, really good stuff in general that came out of this. Not like super like noteworthy, but it's just cool to have like high definition images of like promotional material and images that were used in the game. So what do you think about this, Timeless? I think this is pretty cool stuff in general, right?
As a Xenogears fan myself, I'm very happy to see this. I have gone through the process of archiving Xenogears materials, especially from Japan, and seeing all this progress has made me very happy with everything, especially being identified and acknowledged by the Video Game History Foundation and being officially archived. It kind of calms my heart in a sense, because I'm very happy to know it is of that importance to have been archived and taken care of. Seeing several promotional images and portrait images just being put out there with very high qualities. There are images I've not seen before with that beautiful high quality in comparison to the low quality images we used to just find on Google Images and the wiki and all that. But with what I've seen personally with the Japanese side, I've seen a lot more weird and new methods of like advertising, and looking at the US side of the promotional materials is just something different. And yeah, I'm very glad to be seeing all this happen.
Yeah, like honestly, some really good stuff to just come out of this in general. So I would definitely thank the Video Game History Foundation. If you happen to like somehow watch this video and have more stuff that you haven't like shared yet, like maybe like Xenosaga promotional material or whatnot, not to be more greedy or anything, but I would be very, very happy about that, and very excited as well. So just in general, so great stuff here and whatnot. So, but yeah, that's it for Xenogears from the Video Game History Foundation. I will be back with more Xenogears talk, but if you happen to like videos like this one, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And don't forget to leave a comment as well telling me I'm doing a great job on these videos, along with sharing this video around, and it helps improve my motivation as well. So that's pretty much all the new stuff that was related to Xenogears this year. Not much in general. So to fill out the runtime a little bit, I'm going to be talking about the Perfect Works build, which I haven't really discussed on my channel before. Basically, what it is it's a mod for like the emulated version of Xenogears. I believe you can probably like mod the original disc of Xenogears if you want to do that as well, but I don't know if it will take a lot more time regardless. So what it is it not only like boosts the resolution of the game to make it look good on like HD quality monitors, or like 4K modders and stuff like that. But it has an improved translation, so no more Richard Honeywood weirdness, rebalanced gameplay, as well as other quality of life improvements as well, such as the fact that like the portraits are more high definition now compared to what they were originally. And I know Linnaealyn has been working on that side more. But also, because of the Video Game History Foundation releasing the high-resolution images of the character art, it makes the process a lot more easier than it is. So, but yeah, I want to shout it out because like I definitely can't wait for this to be more developed. I know they They have like the main script retranslated all the way until the end of Merkaba in the second disc. So they got the first disc done, and then like the second disc is like half complete basically. But yeah, it's really cool stuff in general. I would definitely want to wait until like this is completely finished before I try this out for myself. So let me see what the credits are. Oh yeah, so Abathar or Xenocretus is like the creator of this mod, and he's in charge of basically everything going on with the project as well with the programming. And one of my mutuals as well, Nohar, was working on the translation as well alongside Abathar. So, but yeah, props to everybody working on this. I'll have their Discord server and feedback form in the description of this video, so let the build team know like what's going on and stuff like that. But how do you feel about the Perfect Works build, Timeless? Have you ever played it? Have you played it yet at all?
I haven't yet played it. I do plan on playing it in the future, hopefully. When it comes to just how I feel about this, I'm definitely much happier than. It's definitely much better than what Square has been doing with the game. But
yeah, the fans are working on this.
But besides that, I'm knowing some of the people who have been working on this, not in a physical sense, but I'm just very happy to be seeing this level of care being put into the game. As much as I'm happy with the original release with Honeywood's translation and everything, it was definitely flawed, and I definitely feel for Honeywood when he was translating, but one way or another the game was not in the best condition, knowing it's the turning point of the translation for most JRPGs. But when it comes to this, I'm just very happy to be seeing this update be added, because all I know is that it also gives the characters their Japanese voice lines when it comes to their battles, I believe. And on top of that, I'm glad to see this option be given to people who may want to play a more streamlined version of the game, unlike the very clunky game as it was in the PS1 era in 1998. I'm still happy with the original game at the end of the day.
Yeah,
but I'm much happier with this.
Just great stuff that we're working on. They were working on this for like over a year now, and they were rebuilding it from the ground up until the latest patch a few weeks ago actually. And I always was kind of interested in talking about them, but I never really got the chance to really talk about them a lot more. So if you want to try this out, I will have this GitHub link in the description of this video, and definitely try this out for yourself if you want to play it and support the contributors to this build. So, alright, and then my final thing I want to talk about regarding Xenogears is that Linnaealyn, I know she has been doing this since like 2024, but she's been like getting like Famitsu magazines and just basically documenting like the beta like screenshots of like the FMVs that were cut from the original game. For instance, like we have one with Groff that was like in like V-Jump, not particularly from Famitsu, but like a V-Jump, and there was like an FMV cut of it that was from the original game. This V-Jump magazine actually released before, like a month before launch, so this is pretty recently done stuff. Like, I think all these were like shown off like a few months to a like month after launch. So, but props for Linnaealyn for documenting these things. That it's definitely like not easy coming across like beta Xenogears stuff in general and whatnot. So, but yeah, I want to go ahead and show these things off as well. There's like an animation cell that was like shown off here too that she found like in the 20th anniversary concert book. So, even though they were already revealed and stuff. So, what do you think about all this? I mean, I haven't really talked about this as much, but this kind of like documenting stuff was going on for over a year now. So,
I'm very happy seeing all this. As it comes with anything archival, this is very great to see. Just knowing what the process behind the creation of the game was, with the cutscenes and with everything that has been removed from the game. It's very sad to see Dan showing up again, but besides that, I'm very happy to be seeing all these different cutscenes and everything that are being shown, such as the battle between Graf and I believe his name was Wong. I'm not sure. Khan Wong.
Khan Wong, yep.
Yeah. And the scene of Sophia and Ellie going together. But
yep, like right next to each other, like here.
And from what I've read, is that a lot of these scenes were going to be shown in the section between the introduction and the gameplay, which was where Stars of Tears was going to be playing in that whole montage of cutscenes and all. But as we know,
yeah,
they've announced that they have cut that out due to there being way too much, due to the cutscenes taking way too long until the gameplay. But yeah, at the end of the day, I'm very happy seeing all this showing up.
I think it was speculated that like they were cut because of those scenes like being done like very close to release, and they couldn't really get it out in time to like make it go gold. So, but yeah, really sad to see these things just like be cut. But hey, it's basically what the development of Xenogears was like. Just make sure you crunch everything in before release and like leave a few like scenes out as well that you want to be put in. So, but yeah, that's everything that was revealed for Xenogears this year. Pretty small stuff in general and whatnot. So, but Timeless, do you have anything else you want to bring up? Where can we find you at?
I'm on Twitter. I'm on Blue Sky. I'm not very active there, but I try to be. And if you do see me down there, I'm usually either probably just posting action figure poses and maybe just talking about Xenogears or something Xeno related. But
yeah, true. I know you've been like posting some like figure poses as well on some of like the Bring Arts figures and stuff over like the past few months. So thanks for jumping on here and stuff. So but anyways, let's go ahead and end it off here. So next time, we're going to be talking about Xenoblade news that released in 2025, and it's going to be pretty big, and I will have on another guest as well. Thanks everyone for watching until the end. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, comment, and share this video around. Don't forget to follow Timeless as well. So, until next time... See you on the other side!